Alright, as we power along with the WWE Survivor Series 2017 coverage, we're talking about The Miz going up against Baron Corbin, Raw versus SmackDown Intercontinental Champion versus United States title champion. Sort of a very interesting matchup. Easiest thing to sort of pick up on is that both of these guys are heels. That is something that's going to come up in a few of these matches. I think almost all of these singles matches, all the heels are champions at this time right now, except for AJ Styles. That's really weird now that I think about it. WWE hasn't been one to really jump on heel versus heel matches. It's sort of, in storylines to build up the bigger matches. They've done baby faces versus babyface match to sort of name a number one contender. Somebody going after the title. You can remember the sort of mini feud that was John Cena versus Dean Ambrose, both beating each other up to try and figure out who was going to be the one who beat up Seth Rollins on pay-per-view. But I think they even had a contract on a pole match on Monday Night Raw. But this is a very interesting match. Baron Corbin has been doing a lot of his talking on Twitter, talking about the Miz's wife Maurice, as well as Miz's soon-to-be-born baby girl. And then Miz fired back on Raw, basically talking about, the way that Baron Corbin was talking was for the indies. And then basically that wasn't a big league promo like the Miz could deliver. And Miz really did knock it out of the park, talking about Baron Corbin. But we have not seen these guys interact. We've never seen these guys. We've probably never even seen these guys in the same room together. So I think that this is going to be a really interesting match for the fact that, most people are going to be doubting on this, and I would bet if you listen to most people's prediction videos, they're going to be saying that Miz versus Corbin will probably be the dud of the night. But I believe in the Miz, that I don't think he's going to let us down. I think that he will knock this match out of the park, and I think Baron Corbin is somebody that slowly is going to become somebody that people are talking about. Definitely the buzz that Baron Corbin has been getting as of late, if you go back throughout the summer before SummerSlam, him holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, but then losing it shortly before SummerSlam, then not even beating John Cena in a no contest style match. There was no stipulations to it. Cena easily could have lost that match before going off to make Daddy's Home 2 or whatever film he was making at the time. But he did disappear, and Cena still got the win, and people thought it was because of the way Baron Corbin was handling himself backstage. I never really believed those stories at all. As of right now, there's a story floating around about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens being sent home from the European tour, which I don't buy anything of it. All these stories that always come out that people have heat backstage and people aren't getting along, and the writers are going to start not giving guys pushes because they're not getting along in the locker room. I've never really bought into any of those stories that ever come out, unless you just really hear it in an interview. Like when, at the time, Alberto Del Rio just flat out said in a radio interview, he wished he could punch The Miz in the face. He is that annoying. But when it comes to this match, I think that honestly you're going to have to play the numbers game. You're going to have to pick which side is your side because of the whole SmackDown versus Raw. Somebody has to be the baby face. Somebody has to be the heel here. I'm going to be guessing that The Miz is going to pick up the win, more than likely. The Axeman, Curtis Axel, as well as Bo Dallas will play into this with the Miztourage, and Monday Night Raw will get the win here with Miz being the best mid-card champion, holding the Intercontinental title high, and having bragging rights for the next year.